to Age of the Plant, episode 10. J for Jumbo Jackfruit, the largest fruit in the world. Woo-hoo! And of course, the bloopers from incredible Inca berry muffins are at the end of today's video, so make sure you stay till the end to watch it. Hey Siri, why are jackfruits good for you? 30% vitamin B6, 23% vitamin C, 10% magnesium, and many more other nutrients. It is a superfruit that can be used for savory dishes or sweet desserts. Welcome to Lucy's Kitchen! Today we'll be making the 100% plant-based version of a famous Taiwanese dish called the Taiwanese braised pork rice. In Chinese it is called 台式肉燥饭, or in Taiwanese it's called 八色饭. Instead of using minced pork, we will be using young green jackfruits as a replacement, because apparently the young green jackfruits has a meaty texture which we can use to replace the minced pork that is used in the dish. So let's do some experiment today. And here are the ingredients we'll need for today's Taiwanese braised pork rice dish. 1 can of jackfruit with the water drained out, around 7 dried shiitake mushrooms, 1 to 2 onions depending on the size, 1 to 1.5 carrots depending on the size of your carrot, 2 to 3 tablespoons of the Chinese vegetarian stir-fry sauce. It's also known as the vegetarian oyster sauce or the vegetarian mushroom sauce. Soft silken tofu. Before we can start cooking, we'll need to do some preparation work of the dishes first. First of all, let's boil some water in the kettle so we can process the shiitake mushrooms and the jackfruit. To use the shiitake mushrooms, first of all, you have to soak it in hot water until it goes soft. And then for the jackfruit, because they come in a can and they put either salt water, or sometimes the one I got has citric acid in it, or they'll put vinegar in it. So there's a bit of a slight soury taste to it. So I don't want that to interfere with the flavor. So I'm just going to put some hot water in the jackfruit as well. Let it soak for a bit, and so to see if the water from the can will drain out. Now while these are soaking, let's chop up the onions and the carrot and the tofu. Because this is a minced pork dish, everything needs to be chopped into tiny cubes of about 0.5 to 1 centimeter cubes. I'm too lazy to do that, and my knife is getting a bit blunt from all the cooking I've been doing recently. So I'm just gonna chop it into blocks, and then I'm gonna put it in the processor and let the processor mince up everything for me. So I'm just gonna peel off the onions and pop it in the processor for it to chop as well. Then I don't have to cry while I'm doing it. So this is the processor I'm gonna use. I'm gonna let it chop it up. So let's do the carrot first. Do it separately because we will have to stir fry it separately. So don't put it all in together. About this texture is fine. Don't make it too small, otherwise it'll melt when you cook it like this. Okay? Next, let's chop up the onions. And this is about the texture for the onion. I may have over chopped it a little bit, but roughly around this is fine. So the mushrooms are now soft. Let's remove the stem of the mushrooms like this. Remove it. And then this is a technique that my mom taught me. It's because we'll be dry stir frying the mushrooms, so we need to squeeze the excess water out. So just squeeze it out. Save this mushroom stock for we will be using it for cooking later on. So don't throw this away. I'm gonna be lazy again and I'm gonna put this in the processor for it to chop it for me. And this is what the texture, about roughly chop it to this size. I think the benefit of using the processor to chop it is that it gives it that natural inconsistent shapes, like when you cook with real mince. It's inconsistent. Some are bigger, some are smaller. And that's perfect for this dish. The jackfruit, it's been soaking in the hot water. So let's empty this, drain it, and then let's cut it. So give it a rinse after you've drained it. I forgot to hit record when I was doing this, but after you rinse out and empty the jackfruit water, it was soaked in, the hot water we soaked it in. What you want to do is to fully get rid of the remaining sort of soury taste in the jackfruit. Just squeeze out the water of each of the jackfruit. Just take one and squeeze it out like this and then put it in here. Now let's blend this and cut it up. And this is what the chopped up jackfruit looks like. Now the reason why I'm using this silken tofu is because the traditional way of this braised minced pork dish is actually a blend of like the pork meat and the pork fat. So to replace that soft texture of what normally was the pork fat, I'm going to use tofu to give it just that texture. And so we'll need to chop it up again into also tiny like cubes of about 1 centimeter cubes. And it's very delicate. So be careful when you cut it. And we will add the tofu into the dish like towards the end. Otherwise it'll disappear because it's so soft. Look at how soft this is. Heat up the pan and let's put the chopped mushroom into here to stir fry first. So again, we're doing a dry stir fry today, so no oil. And turn the heat on high heat. Stir fry it until you can start to smell the mushroom flavor start to come out and it turns a little bit like golden. Okay, see that's starting to turn golden brown. And to give it some flavoring, I'm gonna add some pepper into it here now. Add as much or as little as you like. It's just up to your taste. Let's put in the oyster sauce now and stir fry with the mushroom. So we're gonna give it a quick stir fry to get the flavor out. I may need to turn down the heat a bit. All right, I'm gonna put the onion in this now. So the reason why I did it like that is because the natural caramelization that just happened, now it's been absorbed by the onion and the mushroom. So to give more fragrance to the dish. Now I have the heat on about medium, low. Just gonna quickly stir fry the onion so it like turns a little bit golden brown as well before we add the other ingredients. I think this color looks about right now. Let's add the carrot and the jackfruit. So here's the jackfruit. Let's add it all in. And then the carrot. Give this all a quick stir. Let's add the mushroom stock from before into here. And we'll let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes and see how the taste goes. And we'll adjust the taste as required. So let's turn the heat on low, put the lid on and let it simmer for 5 minutes. Then we'll check in and see again. All right, it's now 5 minutes. Let's check in and see. That's looking good. All right, let's give it another 5 minutes. So this is now 10 minutes. So let's see what it looks like. Whoa, check this out. Because I ended up putting so much vegetables in it, I'm gonna add another 1 to 2 tablespoons of the Chinese, what is it called? The vegetarian stir-fry sauce. And I'm gonna put some more pepper. So this is like, once it's like almost ready, this is where you do the tasting, and then you test like what's missing. Is it too salty or not salty enough? So if not enough flavor, add more sauce or pepper. If it's too salty, then add water. I happen to have some white pepper in my cupboard, so I'm also gonna add white pepper. So you can add both black and white pepper, up to you. And if you like it spicy, you can make it spicy, but the traditional dish of this braised minced pork is not a spicy dish. And I'm just gonna add about 1 tablespoon of liquid amino. 1 more tablespoon of liquid amino, and I think it's perfect. The reason I'm adding this is because I think the carrot and the onion made it very sweet, and the oyster sauce also made it very sweet, so I'm giving it that balance of that sweet and saltiness. So you simmer it until it's about this, like most of the water has absorbed, but there's still some moisture in there. And then we're ready to serve with rice. Or you can have it to go with noodles or pasta or even zucchini noodles, whatever you feel like. I'll be using wild rice. Now you can use any rice of your choice, but if you use a rice that is colored, like it's black or purple, red, or even brown, it'll give you more nutrients. Ta-da! It's ready! 100% plant-based Taiwanese braised pork dish made with jackfruit. Doesn't this look yummy? The way you eat it is you just do this. Mix it all together. Mmm. Wow. It's a perfect mix with the wild rice because all the fragrance just comes out. And the tofu gives it that soft texture, which is a really good blend. I'm definitely gonna do a lot more exploration with what I can do with jackfruit going forward now. I've discovered a new secret. If you enjoy what you're seeing today, please remember to share the love, share this video with your loved ones so they can also learn how to cook new exotic dishes. And remember, and let me know if you like it or not. Live healthy, live happy, woohoo! See you next time. Mwah. Welcome! Woohoo! 哎呦，不对啦。Welcome! Hey Siri. Hey Siri. No.
Calling Barrett
No,
Wood.
no. Lucy's Bakery. Welcome to Lucy's Bakery. 怕掉去啦。Wish me luck. So yummy. I think it'll taste nicer if it's chopped into slightly smaller pieces in the muffin. 因为外面的 muffin 都很多糖，所以我就想自己做来吃。Like this. Can you see it? Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? I'm gonna try it. Oh my god. Yes. Oh. 超级好吃。Wait. I'm watching you. Inkaberry's chocolate muffin. いただきます。はい、どうも。Oh. I'll see you next time. Mwah.